right today. So I watched the Lakers-Suns game last night. Devin Booker got thrown out, which usually for Phoenix last year would have meant an automatic loss, and yet they beat the Lakers. That's what now Phoenix does all the time because Chris Paul showed up. Chris Paul, after LeBron James, is the single most influential player in the NBA. I know he's not cool or lit. He's not even likable. And I love him. He's not even likable. He's not vertical, mid-range guy. Phoenix hasn't made the playoffs in 11 years. The last three pre-CP3 years, they were the worst team in the West, 74 and 163. Chris Paul arrives. They now are second in the West with the same roster. Last night, Devin Booker got thrown out. DeAndre Ayton said Chris Paul took over the huddles. Here's what followed.
CP is a guy who leads vocally. He's always on us, showing us the little things on how to win, the small details that count, especially today's game. Losing the book, he sat us down in the huddle and made sure we have to do winning plays. And, there's no mistakes. And, when the game's junky like this, just to keep our head. And, us as young players, we just want to listen. And, it's contagious the way how he approached the game. So, it's a blessing.
Chris Paul joins your team, you win. He leaves, you lose. Only other player you can say that about in the NBA, only other player is LeBron James. Oklahoma City got rid of him because they were trying to tank, and he made them win too much. He's the anti-Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is vertical and flashy and hits threes in bunches and gets hot and is streaky and is a blast to watch. And his winning percentage is 31%, lowest in the league for a player with 300 games. Zach may be the greatest guy in the world. Never makes anybody better. 2 weeks ago, rookie Anthony Edwards had a filthy dunk on the baseline. Plays for the T-Wolves. Twitter exploded. Oh, my God, that's unbelievable. You know what else was unbelievable? Anthony Edwards went 0 for 7 in that game on threes, 3 for 14 from the floor, and a plus-minus of negative 13. That's also pretty unbelievable. But, hey, he was cool. Chris Paul's never cool. When he was with Blake Griffin, all I heard for years was he is holding Blake Griffin down. Since the divorce, Blake Griffin has not won a playoff game. Chris Paul's won 20. But he doesn't sell any issues of Slam Magazine. I'm not sure he can dunk. There's a real John Stockton quality to him. He's sort of annoying. He's not always likable. He's kind of snarky and snarly at times. He is Stockton, who I think's the third or fourth best point guard. Magic's best. After that, we can argue about all of them. But I love Chris Paul. I loved him at Wake Forest. I loved him with the Clippers. I think he's as smart as anybody in the NBA. Not a shock. Many say his best friend in the league is LeBron James. He's not as big or as strong, not as talented, but Chris Paul can be on the cover of my magazines. Ed Norton's not going to be on People. Either is Don Cheadle. Because they have, their act together. So does Chris Paul. Joy Taylor with the news.